there, I'm Eunice, and today I'm going to be doing a vision board. This is my vision board from last year. I have kidney failure, seizures, chronic pain, heart arrhythmias, and other side effects as well. And I'm going to be doing a vision board because we need to get out of this funk. You know what I'm saying? We need to get better this year, and we're going to get better this year. So we're doing that vision board. For these past 2 years, I've been going through it. Like, I've been going through some shit. And yeah, let's get started. I have a whole bunch of arts and crafts stuff here, as you can see. And then here as well, I have a lot of memorabilia. I like to scrapbook. Like, there's all this. There's like little flowers that my boyfriend decorated the house with and stuff. So I'm gonna put some of those in my vision board. Oh, and I also got this one. This is a Buff Bunny bag that they sent me with a backpack that I bought not too long ago. I canceled it. I was seeing like a year ago. She gave me this book and it was very sweet. It's like self-love and stuff like that. It's just like what if busters, social media cleanup, gifts, strengths, and talents. Oh my. I don't know if I want either to cut it or mimic it. I don't know. We'll see. I've always been into art since I was little. I think it always distracted my mind because, well, I'm sick, you know? I have ribbon, and then I have this is what I'm looking for. I'm gonna print out pictures. I have old magazines. I used to collect magazines back in the day for the same reason, so we're good on that. If you want to go check me out, I am filming how my life is going at the moment as I am relapsing with my health condition. So my goal for this year are, I really want to get a service dog. And if you go check out my other videos, I know I've been talking a lot about it, but I really want a service dog just so it can help me out with my health. I'm noticing the older I'm getting with my health conditions, the harder it is. Especially, I'm getting a little scared to go out in the world alone now because I'm scared I'll either drop or I'll faint. And then nobody's gonna help me or nobody's gonna know what to do, or even sleeping because my heart goes really low. My oxygen hasn't been well either, and the dog can wake me up, you know, or if I'm having a seizure as well. I want to get back into fitness. I am such a fitness junkie, but unfortunately my health has made me stop working out and stuff. I was actually really fit. This is a photo of me where I used to be very fit, and the bad thing is that I have bad food habits. So now that my motivation was taken away from me to work out and be healthy, I've been eating pretty badly, or I haven't been taking care as much as I should. Also, I have a lot of water on me because of my kidney failure. I want to go back into remission. I want to be stable again, where I can be working out, I can be moving, my physical and my mental state. I actually do want to, I'm enjoying this a lot. So I started doing videos on Instagram. I started back in the day, but then I stopped. I had actually a couple thousand followers, but I stopped. And then I recently got back to it and I just realized how hard it is. I shouldn't have stopped, but things happen, you know? And then I went into TikTok and I'm actually enjoying TikTok, and now I'm on YouTube. I just need to get my schedule going, and I'm actually enjoying this. So I'm wondering if I can actually make this into my actual full-time job, just because it would really benefit me in the sense that I can work or I can make content wherever I am, even if I'm in the hospital. And it benefits me for that reason because it's under my terms. If I'm in a 9-to-5 or a job, it was actually really hard because I would have to be like, hey, I have an emergency, I have to go to the hospital, and it would really inconvenience them. And there's only so many times that I understand, or so many moments where they don't get annoyed that you're sick, and I'm chronically ill, like, you know what I mean? This would really benefit me to make it in my actual job. We'll check back on this video how we are a year from now. So I want to practice self-love. For a minute there, I was not putting myself first, and I want to do that again. I want to do the things that I enjoy because I enjoy them. I want to free myself from me. I'm the one that's holding myself back. So that's another goal of mine, and make a stable income again. Right now, due to my health, I am not working. I'm here. Life is a little rough. By the way, if you want to go check out my GoFundMe, please go check it out. It would really help out a girl. But just because of how bad my health is getting, here in a couple days, I'm actually going to get a biopsy as well. So I'm getting a lot of bad news. They're saying I might need surgery in my brain because of my seizures not stopping. I'm getting a whole bunch of medication. My heart, they're saying they might put a chip in my heart to see how they can regulate it. My kidneys, they're working now. I want to say it's like a 30% now. So I'm just getting bad news left and right. So I'm not able to get income anymore. I'm kind of leaning back on my savings and GoFundMe due to that. So if you guys can go check it out, that would really help me out. But those are my main New Year's resolutions. So yeah, let's get started with this. Just a blank one. You know how sometimes I get very much like, no, I don't want to use this because I want to save it for later. What the fuck am I saving it for? For more moments like this? All right, let's see this one. Man. Glamour. Oh, that's cute. I like that. I just realized on this one, it says he's the one. Apparently I used the same one as last year. And it says this woman knows. And I actually like this because this girl's gonna know. Something just triggered me. All right, so this magazine is triggering me, so I need to stop with this one. Let's try Women's Health. It's been like 30 minutes or so. I'm actually really tired, and I'll finish it in about a week or so, maybe 2. When I have time. I think I'm stopping here. I cut out some stuff that I want to put on. I'll catch you guys up later. Bye.
We like feeling holds us back, so I'm scared to write it down because it doesn't.
Okay, so here's here's part number 2 with my vision board. Sorry. I am officially post biopsy. I'm 5 days in now and it still hurts. I'm not supposed to carry stuff, so that's why I was struggling a bit. I have my heating pad back here so it can help me out. And if you're interested in seeing the biopsy and how everything went, I believe it's in the last vlog. I am very tired. I can feel my body just not cooperating with me. I do feel a little sicker. My body's going down. But back to the vision board. I was seeing Alicia Marie's blog with a vision board. And I was originally gonna do like this, like how I did it last year. But I think I liked her idea where I think I'm gonna keep a journal of it and every year just continue to add to it. Because like her, I do believe that if you write things down, more probably that it's gonna come to life because you're actually putting your words out there and your mind out there, you know? For instance, here last year, I was really struggling with self-love. I was going through a lot. And that was my main goal, to learn how to self-love again. I'm a lot better now, thankfully, with my mental health. But there was just so much trauma that I went through, which ironically doesn't have to do with my health. And that was the most I've struggled with my mind. It was really hard. Even now that I'm relapsing, it was harder than this because your mind is really powerful, you know? A lot of the things that I wrote is, I really love my personal mission statement because my mission statement was self-love. Take risks for myself, as in not be afraid to stand up for myself, to think happy thoughts, to rewire my mind to think again positively, to explore impressions freely, not to be so afraid like that, like taking risk, to find myself, make an impression. I've always been that kind of person. I mean, of course you guys don't really know me, but I've always been that kind of person. I am not afraid of standing up for what I believe is right. And I've learned that little by little, and I think it comes from when I was really young, and doctors would how they would treat me, and nurses how they would treat me, and even the guidance of my mom, where she would be like, you need to stand up for yourself, because sometimes it wasn't right. How just the medical field, how sometimes they would treat me. I don't think every medical field is like that, but just for that reason, or how slowly I would learn because I couldn't move my body, or I would feel left out and stuff like that. So little by little, I learned how to adjust to moments like that. To outsmart temptation, as in to outsmart the temptation of my mind constantly going back to negative thoughts. I still have that problem where my mind just likes to spiral and I'm not present in the moment. I'm a lot better. Oh my God, back, like it was extremely bad, where my mind would just spiral and I would run to a room so I could cry, and I didn't feel protected by anybody, because at the end of the day, you're the one that's protecting yourself, you know? But I feel like I couldn't trust anybody. It was really hard to outsmart the temptation of myself to self-sabotage. Be a force of beauty. I think everybody has that beautiful power of expressing of who you are, and every individual is the cliche that they say, every individual is different, and the fact that we can share that force of beauty that we have within ourselves. Over here I said learn happy, because I really wanted to learn how to be happy again, but that comes within, you know, letting yourself be happy and not be afraid I guess, of yourself. Trusting that you can protect yourself at the end of the day, protect your thoughts, protect your body, stand up for who you are and what you believe in. I put hello gorgeous because I really, really lost how much I believed in myself and how pretty I was. I would see myself in the mirror and just the amount of negative thoughts that would come in, and they were rough. To this day, they're still kind of rough, but I've learned to catch them. And it's just crazy. It's taken 3 years now to stop that behavior of mine. And I would ask, who will you be today? As in, am I gonna still be that same person that I'm constantly self-sabotaging and being rude to myself? Or am I willing to put in the work to change? I remember one time a counselor asked the first day I got there, he's like, Eunice, are you sure you want to be here and change those sabotaging moments that you do and things that you do? Like, are you really willing to do it? And I said, yes, of course, that's why I'm here. A year later now I'm like, oh, I'm understanding now. I was like, I would very push back, huh? And he's like, yeah, you would push a lot, and that's why I would ask you if you were willing to change. Are you open to change? And I was like, huh. I was like, I could see the self-protection and the walls that I had up. And I would remind myself, like, it's okay, we're gonna get out of this, we're okay. And hopefully things will look brighter as well. To satisfy my cravings, as in, it's okay to do little things here and there that would make me feel happy. Like, I wouldn't let myself draw anymore because I didn't think I was good enough for it anymore. I was really into fitness, and I could tell myself I was like getting really tired of lifting weights, and just because I didn't think I was good enough for yoga, I wouldn't try yoga and stuff like that. So I wanted to try that, like try a different way of, sorry, my back is hurting. Try a different way of, I guess, satisfy those cravings that I'm wanting to learn new things, but I just didn't believe in myself. Even when it comes to social media, I've been wanting to do social media for a long time. I did it back in 2018. I was doing Instagram, but I stopped. My priorities just became something else. And then I was kind of scared of coming back. I guess that's kind of a craving that I want now, that I do want to get into this more, just like everybody else. And small changes sorry, I keep letting it in and it hurts my back. Small changes equals big results. For example, if you have a hard time waking up in the morning, I used to be an early bird. Right now I'm having trouble because of my medicine, how strong my medicine is and how sickly I'm getting. Because I was in so much depression, there was a moment where I didn't want to get up. So I would get up like at 12 p.m. and little by little I started to change that, where I'm like, okay, tomorrow we're gonna wake up at 11 a.m. The next day we're gonna wake up at 10 a.m. And little by that I started becoming more of a morning person, simply because I like drinking my coffee. I can't drink coffee right now, but like I love drinking my hot chocolate and being outside and just like watching the sunrise, things like that. And so small changes equals big results. And then you don't need words to make a statement. I've always believed that to the core, where you don't need words to make a statement. At the end of the day, it's your actions that make a statement, not your words. Actions are more important. And I just had to remind myself that, because I was just frozen in fear because my mind had taken over, my fears had taken over, my anxiety, my depression. And he is the one, that's for my man, my boyfriend, that has been there throughout the struggle of me falling into such a dark hole. So yeah, that was my vision board for last year. And I was watching Alicia Marie's blog. I think that she wanted to do her vision board, I guess, and she made it in a journal, and I can link it. So I might do it on this, where I could, like, every year just add to it and maybe get another journal. You should go look at her video and how she described it. At first I was gonna do this, but then I'm like, you're right. Like this one, I had it in the closet, or I just had it on a dresser, and you just kind of see it and pass by. Well, if I do it here and I put more ideas in it of what I want to do in social media, how she described it, I think that's a great idea. I'm also doing all this, like, I think this is all really helping my mental health, especially right now with like so many medicine changes and how it damages like the side effects that you get from all the medicine like you get and stuff. Oh my god. So like all this is gonna really help my mental state, and if it helps one of you guys, well, here we are, right? Back. And then I have this one. Print out these, and I'm gonna cut them around and put them on my journal, kind of like Alicia Marie's, but she has like a whole bunch of scrapbook and stuff. I actually want like photos like this on it of like my best moments that remind me of myself. For instance, I used to work at LA Fitness. That's definitely one of my favorite moments where I was like playing around with my friends at LA Fitness and just stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, and for me, that would like mean I want to have more moments like this with people that I love, because work is work, but at the end of the day, it's like also have fun while you're having to work. Like, enjoy the people that are around you. So something like that, that's something like I kind of want to create, and then just like print out a whole bunch of different things that I'm wishing that I could make this year happen. So that's the plan, and I'm gonna go charge this. And while that happens, I'm gonna get some ideas on my phone from Pinterest and stuff so I can visualize the things that I want on my notebook, okay? I will see you in a minute once I do that, and then I'm gonna be watching, what's it, High Potentials? And I am so into it. I love it. I'm almost done with the season. I recommend if you like funny murder mystery show. I'll see you guys in a minute. Oh! Ow. That wasn't a good idea to reach over like that. I'll see you guys in a minute. And all this is to say that even though you're like me, you can't really move, you can still have fun with yourself. You know, you can still make adjustments to your life just because you're sometimes immobile, if you're in pain or whatever. You can still have fun, even though it's really hard at the moment. So, with your heating pad. And thinking about things that you want to enjoy in the future, or even now, and how to make them happen, you know? All right, anyways, I'm gonna go back to this. Okay, let's charge. So this is what I use. I keep leaning forward and I keep hurting my back. This is what I use to print out photos. And then these are like the little sheets that go in. And then I just connect it to the phone. And they start printing out. Yeah, I'm gonna connect these and then I'm gonna start printing out, and then I'll show you the photos that I've been printing out so I can put here, and then after that I'll show you little by little how I'm putting it together, okay? Hello. I have printed out a whole bunch of cards on my little printer that I showed you earlier. This one says, "This year will be filled with balance with my chronic illness." One thing I want to get better at is create more content. This is me having a 4-pack, and I want to be able to get back to that. So little things like that, little as I have a massive stack. Hopefully it fits on the journal that Alicia Marie influenced me on. You know what I struggle sometimes with? I don't know if I should always start in the first page or the second page and then just write something here. Mexican songs in my head, the one that's been going viral. It's so sad. The song is by Lefty, and he passed away like 2 years ago. It's sad that he's gone and he didn't get to see like the change that he's making into the world in this time. You know what I mean? Like, that would have been really cool if you got to see. And that's usually how it is, unfortunately. Once you're gone, you get to see the change. Okay, I am done cutting the things that I want. I have 4 different stacks. This stack is for self-love or my chronic illness. This stack is for things that I want to keep doing or work on, new things I want to try. This is for hopefully a good year ahead and doing well on social media. And then I have one for my man. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but hopefully it goes well. Or I'll show you like snips and bits as I go. Okay, I kind of figure out how I want it. It's not fully glued down. And then I'll go into a more in-depth whenever I'm done with it. And then we'll see what's the next step. Okay, cool. So here's kind of like an overview. I'm sorry for the glare. That's kind of how I want it. I'm not really sure. Then I'm gonna start gluing all this down. I have quotes and like parts of me that I would still like to keep inside of me, as in I would like to still be active. I would still like to be like exploring and stuff like that. So I have things that I want to change and things that I want to keep of me, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, so I'm gonna start gluing. Coco. All right, I'm almost done. I just need to put the year on it. 2025. And then I'll give you a little run through of what it is. Ta-da! All right, for me, it seems like things are changing. They say every 7 years or so, life changes. And it seems like it's the year for me that it's changing, just because of everything that's happening with me right now, my health. I believe that for some reason, doors close in your life. Because of my health, doors were closing in my life left and right when it came to my career. I used to work at LA Fitness. I used to be an assistant manager for sales and operations. And those doors got closed because of my health condition. There's just so many things changing, you know, and I don't know, maybe it's leading me to something else that I don't know yet, and maybe it's this. So this is a little look into my vision board of this year. All right, hopefully the light is not so bad, but I have this where it says turn your pain into power. I trust my body. I've been having a lot of trouble trusting my body because of my health declining more and the trauma between like the doctors saying that you're okay when in reality you know that something's wrong. I don't know how to trust my body again. So that's one of my New Year's resolutions. This is tough, but so am I, of course. And I'm a true believer that if something bad happens in your life, it's a way of learning to love yourself again in a new chapter. So this is the beginning of loving yourself. Welcome home. And this is me sick in the hospital. I call back my power back to me. And then suddenly all good things started chasing me. I truly believe that whenever you stop trying to control things and just let life happen, they come to you. And then one big thing that I learned definitely is that for your peace of mind, do not try to understand everything. I would try to understand so many things in my life. Why were they happening? Like, what did I do to deserve this? And I learned now, and I need to remind myself that I don't need to understand everything. And then YouTube, my dream job is coming. Just because YouTube, I believe it would help me a lot with how my health is. If I can film here, or even by sitting down right now that I'm relapsing pretty bad, or even in the hospital. Self-care is not selfish, it's important. In my life, I grew up thinking that self-care was really bad, that you always have to be there for people, especially in the Hispanic household. I want to learn how to roller skate again. I used to be able to know how to rollerblade. I can no longer do that, and I want to be able to do that. I want to have peace with my health, like I said right here. And here, once I realized that there was not a table to sit at, I decided to build my own, just because it's very hard for people to understand you, what it is to be sick. And some days you're down, some days you're up, some days you're running, some days you're fainting. I want to build something. I don't know what it is yet, but I want to build something where people truly, truly understand this, and where we have a voice where we can express that. This is a photo where I felt pretty with no makeup on. For a minute there, I was going through a lot of bad moments where I didn't think I was attractive anymore. And I felt very ugly because of my mental state, and I felt very good there. So I want to remind myself of that. I have a chronic illness. I'm not faking of being sick. I'm faking of being well. I'm learning this right now, currently. There was a podcast that I was hearing, and there was this person that was faking being sick because they wanted attention. And then I started to cry because I realized I was doing the opposite. I would fake to be well because of how I was raised, and I need to learn how to listen to my body. I'm doing a lot of meditation now, so I know what it is that my body's actually feeling. And I'm realizing that sometimes I'm in actually so much pain, or so drained, that I don't realize it, because I was always raised to be like, hey, you need to keep going, when in reality my body's telling me stop. And it was going to the point where I would just fall asleep just by sitting down because of how much I overuse my body. I want to go back into the gym. And this is me with a Holter monitor with my heart. I do really want to find out what's going on with my heart, because it keeps shooting up and down. So that's why that's there. Over here, it says, I'm in control of my thoughts and my emotions, because at the end of the day, we are in control. We decide how we help ourselves, and that's our power. And then you cannot heal in the same environment you got sick. I truly, truly, truly do believe that. Daily motivation. Chronic illness did not ruin my life. I changed my life, and I will adapt and overcome. Like, even though I'm sick, or I'm really sick, I like exploring and stuff, and I like being active, and I'm not gonna let my health condition stop me from that. I want to be able to run. I've always been such like a bad runner. So I want to do that little thing once I get better. The sexiest body part is your mind. The energy you give out is the most attractive part of you. I am worthy of the relationship of my dreams. This is my boyfriend right here. I don't know if you can see him because of the glare. And I'm worthy of somebody that's normal and loving me. Sometimes I self-deprecate because I'm like, he needs so much help. I'm so sorry. I'm a burden. And he's like, no, baby, I'm here for you. and I'm worthy of that, and I need to keep reminding myself that. I need to seduce myself. I need to make myself feel pretty, feel nice. Here is a photo of Las Vegas, and because my self-esteem went so down, I was no longer able to go to Vegas because I would be constantly comparing myself to everything and every woman out there. And I just grew up in such a toxic household where they would not respect women. For example, a person would be, even though they had a partner, they would be like, oh, this other person's hotter and stuff like that. So that is really, really engraved in me. And it's a very toxic trait. For a while there, I could not go to Vegas anymore. So I want to be able to overcome that and understand that there's always going to be somebody more attractive than you, you know, and it's okay to admire their beauty while at the same time admiring yours. And I want to learn that balance. I want to love what I see in the mirror. Whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. If you want to get a toxic trait out of you, you need to figure out how to change it. And that's been the hardest lesson that I've learned this year. And I'm still working on it. I want to be able to get active again like this. That's me swimming in the ocean, and I miss that part of me. Here's me hiking. The best revenge is none. I had somebody that was very toxic in my life there for a second. And that's what's, at the end of the day, that's what damaged my brain. The fact that I trusted somebody, it wasn't my boyfriend, just to be clear. I trusted somebody and I cared for them so much, and I gave them my love. I gave them ways that I could help them, and I became so angry. And I've never been that angry in my life. And I need to remind myself that the best revenge is none. Heal, move on. And don't little those who hurt you. It's just simply moving on. They're no longer in your life, and they don't no longer deserve that spot in your life. And that's okay. This year, I will find balance with my chronic illness. This almost makes me cry. I truly believe that I would find a balance in my life where I'm no longer as mean as I used to be, to the point where I'm falling asleep talking or working, and just be okay with the fact that I need help because I'm sick. Here is a Buff Bunny sticker. I would love to represent her clothing line. I just think it's so beautiful. This is a drawing that I made. I want to go back to drawing. This is your mind is a weapon. Keep it loaded. If you no longer want to be there, if you don't want toxic things, just get out of there. There's no reason you need to be in there. And know things. Always know things that can help you out. I want to go back into gaming. I'm really into gaming here. This is me at the gym, and I want to be able to get back into being fit. It says here, a life with a chronic illness. I want to be able to get monetized on YouTube, hopefully one day, and social media, and get paid for being me, for being sick, for being active, for being open about my mental state and the struggles of what it is to be a human with a lot of challenges. Here is me when I was little, so I can remind myself. And then this is me with a 4-pack. I want to be able to get back a 4-pack again. And then it says, no one is you, and that is your power. No one will ever be you. There's so many things about you that make you beautiful, and I need to remind myself every time. Being sexy is being comfortable with yourself. Sometimes I get really insecure because a lot of scars that I have, or my past, or being sick, and little by little I'm learning that I need to be comfortable by who I am, and that is my power. I want to get back into reading. And right here it says she's rewriting her rules and her own story. Sorry, my nails are horrible right now. I apologize. And I am becoming a new person. I'm evolving, and I need to be okay with that because change is so scary. I want to create more content in different social medias. It may be a painful life, but it's still a beautiful one. My life, how it's been and how painful it's been, it's still very beautiful. A lot of those moments that were really hard in my life, extremely, extremely hard, brought me some of the most beautiful moments as well. And then my priority this year is me. I definitely needed to take care of myself. Over here, it's a goal of mine that I have. I don't really have to reach it, but it's just a goal that I have to grow on social media. Let it come calmly, naturally. Let it go calmly and naturally. This is very true. The more you want control, the more hurtful it is. There's just a feeling of peace whenever you let it happen. Just let life happen. Hopefully that made sense. Yeah. And I want that peace. I don't want to control so much. I became very controlling because of how much pain I was in, and I would constantly want to defend myself. My defenses came up. And then just one day I just started crying. I cried for like 3 hours, where I think my body finally found the peace that it needed. My counselor called me out, and I got really angry that day, and I cried And I finally found that peace that I needed, where I had to let go of that pain because I was changing and because things were no longer like they used to be. And it's okay. And I had to let go. Here is a drawing that I made. Like I said, I want to get back to drawing. I want to travel, so that's what that is. Point of view, I'm no longer letting people gaslight my intuition. I let so many people come in that did not deserve to be in my life, and they hurt me. Now I know that I need to have a distance in that because people really used my kindness. And I want a service dog. I want a Doberman. That's why I have this service dog right here. I want to be able to drive again because of my seizures. I cannot drive. Just a pain in the butt because I have to depend on so many things, money and people, so I can get to my appointments. Hiking, go outdoorsy again, and I want to level up to my potential. I have a lot of potential. I know I do. I'm just scared to show it or let myself down. And I don't know if you always hear me saying it, but self-love will literally solve all your fucking problems. That is very true. Always put yourself first. And one thing that I'm learning to be okay with is that I swing both ways. And it's hard to admit that because I was always thought that was wrong. So that's why that's there. Oh, that just brought tears to my eyes. And I hope this is the start because I put it there that I'm going to be okay with swinging both ways. I don't know why it's so painful, and I'm starting to understand when people come out why they're so afraid or something they didn't understand. And that's what I was going through, is that I'm not understanding. Don't get me wrong, I'm in a very happy relationship, but just being okay with the fact that I do swing both ways. I've always knew this, but I've never come out with it, and I'm just, I guess, learning to be okay with the fact that I am. It was something just very deep in me. And then this is a toast, me toasting to myself, transforming and celebrating the death of the old, outdated version of me. Because the more you overcome, the more you challenge yourself to become a better person, to be okay with who you are, the more power you have within yourself. And then one last thing that I just found, a little quote. It's right here. Are you going to give yourself permission? As in, are you going to give yourself permission to do the things that you love, to work on the things that you love, to accept yourself, who you are, and be successful in the things that you want to do? So yeah, I really like that quote. And then to a successful year ahead. But yeah, that's my vision board. As I'm here sick, making it, you can kind of see what I've been doing on the side. But yeah, that's it. I'm sorry for the glare. Alright, sorry, my boyfriend came in as I was doing the video. And I started crying because I was showing him my vision board. And things that I'm trying to be okay with and things that I'm trying to change in myself to become a better person. Parts of me that I don't quite understand why I am the way I am, and parts that I want to keep. I want to keep those sides of me that I like, and then try to get better with sides that I don't like anymore, or that I overpassed, or that I evolved from, or simply things that are very negative for me. Like, for example, understanding that I've always been by, and not understanding that part of me, like, and most of the time I'm very much like, I don't care what people think. I don't care. Everybody has their own opinion, and it's okay to have people have their opinion, even though you don't understand it. And I've always been like that, but for some reason, that part of me I've always been very ashamed of, and I'm trying to understand it. And my boyfriend, he literally just came and hugged me as I was explaining that part. And he knows how hard it's been for me, and also how hard it's been to go through another relapse. And even though I'm like very active and being okay with the fact that I can't move right now, when I can't do a lot of things right now, just literally sit down, watch TV, or try to film videos as I'm sitting down or doing something simple as I try to cope with this. It's really hard. And then wanting to go explore new things on how to move my body and be okay with the fact that I need more help now And one thing that would make our relationship easier and even my life easier is having a service dog with me now. And with that, even I sometimes feel ashamed because people don't really understand, especially in like the Hispanic culture, they don't really understand that it's okay to have a dog to help you do things like that, or to have it, even to have a dog inside the house. And it's hard for me to come to terms with that because of how I was raised, where it's okay and I can ask for the help that I need, or even in the hospital, trying to cope with the fact that I need to vouch for myself when you've lost trust in the medical field because they weren't there when you needed them until something very serious happened. And making peace with the fact that hopefully they'll help you when you need it. And if not, that you need to hold on tight as tight as you can and not let go until you get the help that you need, because you never know what would happen. Or even now, just being, my anxiety is like really off the roof, even getting really scared of sleeping because of either the seizures or my heart that's going really low and not waking up. So I'm getting a lot of insomnia and being on meds, that the side effects that I'm getting from them. I literally, what I do now is I watch, which is really bad, you shouldn't be doing this, but I scroll or I watch videos until I feel like I'm falling asleep so it can help me. And my mind is not spiraling of thinking that something serious could happen to me and people are not going to be able to do, because a lot of people freeze because they're scared, you know. And with what I've been through, I have to trust with that part that I got myself. That's just scary, and I'm learning how to do all that. So essentially, that's what my vision board is. To become a better version of myself. It's okay to let change happen and let the fears come in so I can evolve from them, because I truly, truly believe that fear is the biggest disability of all, and that would paralyze you a lot more than anything else. Yeah, so here's to learning, and especially with all the hate that's happening right now, it's really sad. I hope you guys are okay and staying safe out there, and I wish you guys the best. A lot of peace, a lot of love for yourself. Try to connect with people, understanding each other, the connection we have within each other. That's what makes us a beautiful community. I think it's great that everybody's learning from different cultures right now. That's what I'm seeing, and like how they're standing up for everybody. I think that's beautiful. Enjoy life and enjoy the things that you're learning, even though it's scary. I love you.